Hey everyone, it's Sean with Sean Lara Photography, and on this edition of How I Shot It and Edited It, I'm going to show you how I did just that to this photo right here. Quick backstory behind it. This was a photo that I took for the MagMod community on Facebook. Every month they run a monthly photo contest, and the theme for this month was food. So I decided to get a little bit creative, not only with my display and what I wanted to feature for food, but I also really wanted to show the variety of MagMod products and how I could utilize those just to get a really unique style of photo. Now, I'm not endorsed or sponsored by MagMod in any way. I just really like their products, and they really make my life a lot easier, especially when I'm shooting weddings and need to be able to have portable light modifiers. So I'm not much of a product photographer, but I really wanted to challenge myself for this contest, so I said, hey, why not? So here we go. This is how I shot it. So to start, to give you an idea kind of what these forks are sitting on, they're literally just sitting on this cardboard box right here is kind of all I had at the moment to make do. But as you can see, it worked, and I have a really good friend of mine who is the seafood manager at our local Whole Foods. So I told him, hey, give me some seafood that I think, or that you think would look really good in photos. And this is kind of what he came up with, and I had the idea of putting them on forks like this. So to show you the setup, I used a 3-light setup here, and I don't remember the exact flash power on each strobe, but I do know that it was pretty close to full power, and the main reason being I really wanted to just drown out all ambient light. I wanted to make everything all the ambient light just black and really just focus having the light on my subject. So 3-light setup. We got one 8200 with a MagSphere with a MagGrid on it, and then that's my main light. And then for the rear light, the rim lighting, I'm using just a bare flash, a Godox speed light with 2 MagGrids just to really focus the beam on these the seafood right here on the forks. And then finally, just to give the image a little bit of a pop, give it some dimension, and really make it stand out, I'm using an AD200 again with a blue MagGel, which is essentially just a blue gel. And then over that, I'm using the MagBeam and the bubble mag disc pattern, which is what's creating this kind of bubble pattern right here. So that's the lighting setup, and I shot this on a Nikon D850 with the Tokina 100 macro. In this photo, actually using the 105 portrait lens, but I decided to switch to the Tokina once I was playing with a couple different results. But anyway, as you guys saw, this was the final result, and I'm going to show you how I edited it. So first, I'm going to go ahead and just reset all these settings here. So this is what it looks like straight off the camera, and it's actually pretty good, but I'm going to make a bunch of adjustments here and kind of bring it to my specifications and my liking. So let me just refer to my notes here. Okay, perfect. So I think the first thing what I'm going to do is crop it down and get it back to that cropped image that you guys saw earlier. So I really liked the kind of panoramic view, and I'm just going to get all this tape out of the shot and do all that. Perfect. So there's the view I am. That looks great. First thing I'm going to do is have a little bit of dirty sensor. So I'm just going to really quickly clean all these up using the clone tool here. And I'm not going to do a perfect job since this is just for demonstration purposes only. I'm only going to get rid of the things that really bug me. This is why it's important you guys clean your sensor more than I do, because you'll get these annoying specks. Okay, perfect. All right, so what I'm going to do here, maybe bring down my highlights just a tad. Bring up my shadows a little bit. Yeah, just a tad. Want a little bit more contrast, so I think what I'm going to do is actually bring up my contrast a little bit, bring down the blacks. Might try this dehaze tool. Yeah, might not even need it, maybe just a tad. And then I'm also going to bring up the clarity, really just make that image pop a little bit better. Yeah, I like that. Okay, and I think the last thing I'll do is just bring up my vibrance a tad, add some more color. So that looks pretty damn good. Actually, I think might be a little bit too many blacks here, so I'm just going to bring that back up. So that's pretty much it. What I'm going to do now, and I'm not going to actually go over this in too much detail, but these reflections and everything are a little bit distracting, these little specks. So what I'm actually going to do is open this guy up in Photoshop. So I'll bring it up in Photoshop here, and what I'll actually do is use the healing tool or the clone stamp tool or whatever, just to get rid of those final specks. And it's pretty easy in Photoshop, but once you play around with it, this is the final image that I got. As you can see, I got rid of some of those distracting details there. But anyway, hope you guys really enjoyed this video. If you guys have any more questions for me, please feel free to drop a comment. I'm always happy to answer anything you guys might have for me. So thanks, guys, and have a good day.